Hello everyone, welcome to Career Deep Training Solutions. In this session, we shall discuss some competitive level problems and challenging problems on profit and loss. Before start solving the problems, I suggest you to watch all the videos of this particular playlist. Now let's have our first question. On selling 17 balls at rupees 720, there is a loss equal to the cost price of 5 balls. The cost price of a ball is dash. See, one thing you have to keep in your mind before start solving any problem on profit and loss is cost price minus selling price. Because in a transaction, when the cost price is greater than selling price, to find the loss, you have to subtract selling price from cost price. For example, you purchased a product for 100 rupees and you sold the product for 80 rupees. So here the loss is 100 minus 80, 20 rupees. When the selling price is greater than cost price, we can say the transaction is profit. So you have to keep this structure to solve any type of problem in profit and loss. Now let's have our first question. So this question is completely associated with statement. So you have to understand the statement properly. On selling 17 balls at rupees 720, there is a loss. So loss means cost price minus selling price. So here you are selling 17 balls. So the 17 balls loss is equal to the cost price of 5 balls, right? So while selling the 17 balls, you are getting a loss. So this loss is equal to cost price of 5 balls. See, here you are selling 17 balls. So selling price of 17 balls, you have to subtract the selling price from cost price, right? So here you sold 17 balls, so you have to subtract the selling price from cost price of 17 balls. So cost price of 17 balls minus selling price of 17 balls equal to cost price of 5 balls. Now just look at the difference of the variables. Cost price of 17 balls minus cost price of 5 balls, cost price of 12 balls. So cost price of 12 balls equal to selling price of 17 balls. Now you know selling price of 17 balls is 720. So cost price of 12 balls equal to 720. See, from this you obtain cost price of 12 balls is 720. So you have to find cost price of a single ball. So cost price of single balls is 720 by 12. You get 60. So cost price of a single ball is 60 rupees. Hope you understood the concept, right? Let me repeat the same question one more time for your understanding. In question it is given on selling 17 balls at rupees 720, there is a loss equal to cost price of 5 balls. So in this transaction there goes a loss. So loss is cost price minus selling price. Here the guy is selling 17 balls and the 17 balls selling price is equal to the cost price of 5 loss of cost price of 5 balls. So how can you find the loss? Loss is nothing but cost price minus selling price. Now you know it's selling price of 17 balls. So purchasing cost price of 17 balls minus selling of 17 balls equal to the loss of cost price of 5 balls. So when you substitute the variables, that is when you take the cost price of 5 balls to left hand side, you get cost price of 12 balls equal to selling price of 17 balls. Now you know selling price of 17 balls is 720. So this is equal to cost price of 12 balls. So if cost price of 12 balls equal to 720, cost price of a single ball will be 60 rupees. Hope you understood the concept, right? Moving to our second question. Vinod makes a profit of rupees 110 if he sells a certain number of pencils he has at the price of 2.50 per pencil, and incurs a loss of rupees 55 if he sells the same number of pencils for rupees 1.75 per pencil. How many pencils does Vinod have? So here you totally have two statements. So first statement states Vinod makes a profit of 110 if he sells a certain number of pencils he has at the price of rupees 2.50 per pencil. So the first transaction is profit, right? Because in first line itself you have Vinod makes a profit of. So first transaction is profit. So profit means selling price minus cost price. Now we don't know what is the total number of pencil he have. We can take the total number of pencils as n for our understanding. We can take the total number of pencils n. Now he sells the n number of pencils for 2.50 per pencil. So 2.50 can be written in fraction. So 2.50 is nothing but 5 by 2 rupees. Now he sold n number of pencils for 5 by 2 rupees minus the same number of pencil is purchased for the cost price. We can take the cost price CP, right? So here the total profit is 110 rupees. Now if you look this second statement, so in second statement it is clearly given he is incurring a loss of 55 rupees if he sells the same number of pencils for rupees 1.75. So instead of selling for 2.50 rupees, if he sells the same pencil for 1.75 rupees, he will incur the loss of 55. So loss means cost price minus selling price. So since we don't know what is the cost price, we are taking the same number of pencils sold for cost price CP. minus, here he is selling the article for 1.75 per pencil. Now 1.75 per pencil can be written as, see, 0.75 is nothing but 3/4 of a rupee, right? So 1 rupee and 3/4 of a rupee. Now when you cross it, you get 1 into 4, 4, 4 plus 3, 7/4. So 1.75 per pencil is nothing but 7/4 rupees, right? So here the loss is 55 rupees. Now you totally have two equations. Now if you take the first equation, when you cross it, when you cross the 2, you get 2 into n, 5n minus 2n Cp equal to 220. Again, if you cross it, you get 4n Cp minus 7n equal to 4 into 55, 220. Now first equation and second equation. 5n minus 2n Cp equal to 220, 4n Cp minus 7n equal to 220. However, both the equation gives the same value 220. So both the equation equal to 220. So you can equate both the equation, right? So 5n minus 2n Cp equal to 4n Cp minus 7n. So when you cross it, you will get 12n equal to 6n Cp. So n cancel. So cost price of a single article is 12/6, 2. So cost price of a single article is 2 rupees. Now if you substitute this 2 rupees in any one of this equation, you will get the answer. So let me substitute this 2 in the first equation. I will get 5n minus, instead of Cp, if I substitute 2 here, so 2 into 2, 4n equal to 220. So 5 minus 4n, I get n equal to 220. So number of articles, number of pencils here is 220. So how many pencils does Vinod have? He have 220 pencils. Hope you understood the concept, right? So here you have two statements. You have to take these two statements as an equation, two equations. So when you solve it, you will get the total number of pencils. Now moving to our third question. A man buys X at 2 for rupees 1 and an equal number at 3 for rupees 2 and sells the whole at 5 for rupees 3. His gain or loss percentage is dash. So here a man is buying two varieties of X. So first variety cost 2x rupees 1 and second variety cost 3x rupees 2. So in question it is clearly given he is purchasing equal numbers. So he is purchasing equal number of X. So in first variety, if he purchased 10x, in second variety also he will purchase 10x. So if cost price of 2x equal to 1, cost price of 1 egg will be 1/2 rupees, that is 50 paise. So here cost price of 1 egg will be 2/3 rupees. So 2/3 rupees is nothing but 66 paise, right? So here we have to find how many rupees he will pay for purchasing equal number of eggs. Now you have to take the LCM, right? So you can take any values, but to avoid the decimal values, you have to take the LCM. So LCM of 2 and 3 is 6, right? So assume he purchased 6x for rupees. So if 2x is 1 rupee, 6x will be 3 rupees, right? Here also he is purchasing the same number of eggs. So if 3x is 2 rupees, 6x will be 4 rupees. So totally he purchased 6 plus 6, 12 eggs. So this 12 eggs is purchased for rupees 7. So cost price of 12 eggs is 7. Now he sells 5 eggs for rupees 3. So in 12 eggs he sells 5 eggs for rupees 3. So here cost price is 12 eggs equal to rupees 7. So 1 egg will be 7/12. So we don't need to worry about that. So keep this 12 eggs equal to rupees 7. This is going to be the cost price. So selling price of 5 egg equal to rupees 3. So 1 egg will be rupees 3/5. So he purchased 12 eggs. So out of 12 eggs he sell 1 egg for 3/5 rupees. So 12 eggs will be sold for how many rupees? So just multiply this by 12. So 3 into 12 you get 36. So 36/5. So he sells all the 12 eggs for 36/5 rupees. See, cost price of 12 eggs is 7 and selling price of 12 eggs is 36/5 rupees. You have to find gain or loss percentage. Obviously the transaction is gain because 36/5 is nothing but 7.2 rupees. So 7 rupees 20 paise. Now to find the profit we have to subtract cost price from selling price. So 36 by 5 minus 7. So if you solve this, you will get the value of profit. So this profit is how many percentage of the selling price? 7 rupees. So divide by 7 into 100. So 36 by 5 minus 7 by 7 into 100. So this will give you the profit. So profit by cost price into 100, because you have to compare the profit or loss always with cost price only, right? So 5 into 7, 35. 5 into 7, 35. So 36 minus 35, you get 1. So 1 by 5. So you can carry this 5 to denominator. So 1 by 35 into 100. 20 times 7. 20 by 7. So 2 times 14, remainder 6. You can write this value in mixed fraction. So 2 into 6 by 7 percentage. So 2 into 6 by 7 percentage is nothing but gain percentage of the particular transaction. Let me repeat the concept one more time. The man is purchasing two varieties of eggs. First variety cost 2x 1 rupee and second variety cost 3x 2 rupee. So in question it is given he is purchasing equal number of eggs in two varieties. So here we are taking the LCM of 2 and 3, which gives you 6. So this is completely our assumption, right? So 2 and 3 is 6x. So if 2x cost 1 rupee, 6x will be 3 rupees. So here 6x will be 4 rupees. So totally 6 plus 6, 12x cost, 3 plus 4, 7 rupee. So here he is selling 5x for 3 rupees. Right, from this 12x, if he takes 5x, this 5x will be sold for 3 rupees. So if selling price of 5 egg is 3 rupee, 1 egg will be 3 by 5 rupees. Now 12x selling price is 3 by 5 into 12, he will get 36 by 5 rupees. Now cost price of 12 egg is 7 rupees, selling price is 36 by 5 rupees. So obviously the transaction is profit. You have to find this profit is how many percentage of the cost price. So profit is 36 minus 7, 36 by 5 minus 7, he will get 1 by 5. So this 1 by 5 is how many percentage of cost price? 7. So 1 by 5 into 7, he will get 1 by 35. 1 by 35 into 100, he will get 2 into 6 by 7 percentage profit. Hope you understood the problem, right? Moving to our fourth question. A fruit seller professes to sell his fruits at cost price but still gains 25% on his outlay. What weight does he substitute for a kilogram? Since we don't know what is the actual cost price of the fruit, we can keep the cost price of the fruit is 100 rupees. So 1 kg of fruit, that is 100 grams of fruit, is 100 rupees, and this 100 rupees is obviously 100% for the fruit seller. Now he is selling the fruits for same 100 rupees but using false weight instead of a kilogram, right? So he is not using a kilogram weight, he is using false weight instead of this kilogram, and he is selling the fruit for 100 rupees, so that he is gaining 25% profit. So 25% profit means 125% selling price. So if selling price is 125%, we have to find the cost price of the fruit, actual cost price of the fruit. So 100% is nothing but x. So when we cross multiply, we get 5 and 4, again 20 times. So 20 into 4, x equal to 80 rupees. So actual cost price of the fruit, which is in the weight bar, is 80 rupees, but he is selling this 80 rupees product for 100 rupees, and we know actual cost price of this 1000 grams is 100 rupees. So if 1000 grams is 100 rupees and we found this 80 rupees is the actual weight of the product, which is in the kilogram bar. So 80 rupees is how many grams? 80 rupees is 800 grams. So instead of this 1000 gram weight, he used 800 gram weight and he sold 80 rupees product for 100 rupees. So that he is gaining a 25% profit. Hope you understood the concept, right? Moving to our next question. Question number 5. Deepak bought a microwave oven and paid 10% less than the original price. He sold it with 30% profit on the price he had paid. What percentage of profit did Deepak earn on the original price? Now we can keep the microwave oven prices 100 rupees. So this be the original price. Now he is purchasing the product for 10% lesser cost. So 10% of 100 is 10 rupees. So he is purchasing the product only for 90 rupees. He sold it with 30% profit on the price he had paid. So he paid 90 rupees. From this he is gaining a 30% profit. So 10% profit of 90 rupees is nothing but 9 rupees. So 30% is 9 into 3, 27 rupees. So 90 plus 27, he sold it for 117 rupees. Now we have to find this out of this 100 rupees, this 117 is how many percentage gain, how much percentage gain. So from this 100, he gained 17 rupees. So this 17 rupees is how many percentage of 100? which is 17%, right? So answer for the question is 17%. Hope you understood the concept, right? Here the concept is very simple. Actual cost price is 100 rupees. From this he is paying 10% less, which is 90 rupees. But from this 90 rupees he is gaining a 30% profit, so which is 117 rupees. Now we have to find percentage profit of Deepak from the original price. From original price he gained 17 rupees, which is 17% of the 100 rupees. So this becomes our answer. Now moving to our next question. Question number 6. In a shop, 80% articles are sold at a profit of 10% and the remaining at a loss of 40%. What is the overall profit or loss? So we can keep there are totally 100 articles in the shop and cost price of each article is 100 rupees. So totally 100 into 100, 10,000 is the total price of these 100 articles. Now out of these 100 articles, 80% articles are sold at a profit of 10%. Now 80% of 100 is 80 articles. So these 80 articles are sold at a profit of 10%. Now what is 10% profit per 100? Or we can take it in this way. If one article is 100 rupees, 80 articles will be 8,000 rupees. Now from this 8,000, we are gaining a profit of 10%. So 10% of 800 is 800 rupees extra. So first 80 articles are sold for 8,800 rupees. Now we have remaining 20 articles, right? Because 20% of 100 is 20 articles. Now cost price of a single article is 100 rupees. So cost price of 20 articles will be 2,000 rupees. Now this 2,000 articles are sold at a loss of 40%. I mean this 2,000 rupees is sold at a loss of 40%. So 1% is 1% is 200 and 4% will be 1% will be 200 and 40% will be 800. 0, 0, 2, 1. So remaining 20% of the articles are sold at only 1,200 rupees. So totally we sold the 80 plus 20, 100 articles for 10,000 rupees. Now actual cost price is 10,000 rupees and actual selling price is also 10,000 rupees. Now you have to find the overall profit or loss. When cost price and selling price is equal, there is no profit or no loss. So when cost price is greater than selling price, there will be a loss. When selling price is greater than cost price, there will be a profit. When cost price equal to selling price, zero profit or zero loss. That is no profit or no loss. Hope you understood the concept, right? Moving to our 7th question. A man purchases 2 clocks A and B at a total cost of 650. He sells A with 20% profit and B at a loss of 25% and gets the same selling price for both the clocks. What are the purchasing prices of A and B respectively? So total cost price of 2 clocks is 650 rupees. Now clock A is, now we can take clock A price is X and clock B price will be 650 minus X. So clock A's price X and clock B's price 650 minus X. Because if clock A is 100 rupees, clock B will be 650 minus 100, 550 rupees. So we are taking this way. Now this clock A is sold at a profit of 20. So here the selling price of clock A is X into 120 by 100. So clock A's profit is equal to the loss of 25% of clock B. So clock B's cost price is 650 minus X. So here they are selling at a 25% loss. That means they are selling clock B only for 75%. 100 and 100 cancel. So when you cancel this, you get 24 times and this becomes 15 times in 5th table. So 24x equal to 650 minus x into 15. Again in 3rd table we can cancel this for 5 times and this for 8 times. So 8x equal to 650 into 5, we get 3250. 3250 minus x into 5, 5x. So when you carry this minus 5x to left hand side, you will get 13x. So 13x equal to 3250. So x value is 3250 by 13. You get 2 times 105, 5 times 0. Okay. So 250 is nothing but x value. So x is the cost price of article A, that is clock A. So if 250 is cost price of clock A, so clock B's price will be 650 minus 250. You get 400 rupees. So this becomes our answer. So clock A's price is 250 and clock B's price is 400 rupees. So one thing you have to keep in your mind is conceptual ability. So here the concept is clock A and B together cost 650. So you have to assume a part for clock A and another part for clock B. So you have to take a single variable for both the clocks. So if you take clock A as X and clock B as Y, you will not get the answer. So here you need a more conceptual ability. Now moving to our 8th question. A sells a scooter priced at rupees 36,000. He gives a discount of 8% on the first rupees 20,000 and 5% on the next rupees 10,000. How much discount can be offered on the remaining rupees 6,000 if he is to get as much as when 7% discount is allowed on the total? So A sells the scooter for 36,000. Now he is dividing this 36,000 into 3 parts. So first part is 20,000. So from this 20,000 he is giving a discount of 8%. So 8% of 26,000 is nothing but 1,600 rupees. So from this 20,000 he is giving 1,600 rupees discount. So from this 20,000 rupees he is getting only 18,400 rupees. Now from the next 10,000 rupees he is giving a discount of 5%. So 5% of 10,000 is 500 rupees. So he is selling the remaining 10,000 rupees only for 9,500 rupees. So totally 18,400 plus 9,500 you get 27,900. Now remaining we have out of 36,000, 20,000 and 10,000 gone. So 30,000 gone. So remaining we have only 6,000. Now question is, how much discount can be given in the 6,000 to get a total discount of 7,000 from 36,000 rupees? So what is the total discounts of 36,000 from 7,000? It's 2520 rupees. So totally from 36,000 rupees we can give a discount of 2520 rupees. So that means we have to sell the product for 33,480 rupees. But here we have divided this 36,000 into 3 parts, 20,000, 10,000 and 6,000. From 20,000 we gave 1,600 discount and we sold for 18,400. And from 10,000 we are giving a 5% discount and we are selling for 9,500. So totally 18,400 plus 9,500, it's 27,900. So we have to compensate this 27,900 with 33,480 by giving a discount from 6,000 rupees. Now if we want to get 7%, you have to subtract this 27,900 from this 33,480 to find for how much we have to sold for 6,000 rupees. Now actually we have to sell the 6,000 rupees for 5,580. We have to sell the part 6,000 for 5,580 only. That means we have to give a discount of 420 rupees from the 6,000 rupees. So 420 is how many percentage of 6,000 rupees? 7%. So we have to give a 7% discount from the 6,000 rupees to totally give a 7% discount from 36,000 rupees, dividing 36,000 into 3 parts, 20,000, 10,000 and 6,000. From this 20,000 we are giving a discount of 8%. From 10,000 we are giving a discount of 5% and totally we are selling for 33,480 from 36,000 rupees. Hope you understood the concept, right? So once again recap this problem, you will get a clear idea about how exactly the concept works. Now let's have our next question. A trader marked the price of a product in such a way that it is 20% more than the cost price. If he allows 10% discount on the market price to the customer, then his gain is dash. The concept is very simple. Let the cost price be 100 rupees. He is marking 20% more than the cost price. So 20% more than cost price is nothing but market price. So 20% more than 100 is 120 rupees. Now from this market price he is giving a discount of 10%. So discount of 10% from market price is 12 rupees, right? 10% of 120 is 12 rupees. So 120 minus 12, it's 108 rupees. So 108 rupees is the selling price. Now we have to find the profit, the gain percentage. So here profit is always with the base of cost price only. So here profit is 8 rupees. So this 8 rupees is how many percentage of this 100 rupees? Which is 8%. So the trader makes 8% profit in the entire transaction. Hope you understood the concept, right? So you can assume any value. So cost price is 100, or even you can take it as A or some variables like that. So for my convenience, I took it as 100 rupees. From this 100 rupees, he is marking a 20% extra, which is 120 rupees. From 120 rupees, he is giving a 10% discount, which is 108 rupees. So 10% discount is 12 rupees. So you have to subtract minus 12. So which is 108 rupees. However, the profit or loss, it always happens from cost price only. So here the profit is 8 rupees, and this 8 rupees is how many percentage of 100 rupees? 8%. So this becomes our answer. Now moving to our last question. The profit earned by selling a chair for 752 is 1.2 times the loss incurred when the same chair was sold for rupees 400. What is the cost price of the chair? So this type of question is very important in many competitive examination. So let's have the answer. The profit earned by selling a chair for rupees 752 is 1.2 times the loss incurred when the same chair was sold for rupees 400. So in first transaction there is a profit, and in second transaction we have a loss. So here profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price, and loss is cost price minus selling price. So in first part, selling price is given. So selling price is 752, and we don't know cost price, so cost price be CP equal to 1.2 times the loss incurred. So selling the article for 752 is equal to 1.2 times selling the article for 400 rupees. So here also we don't know the cost price, let it be CP, and selling price is 400 rupees. Now when we solve this equation, we will get the answer. So instead of 1.2, we can make it as 12 by 10, so that we feel comfortable in solving. So 12 by 10 is nothing but 6 by 5. 752 minus CP equal to 6 by 5. So 752 into 5, we get 3760 minus 5 CP equal to 6 into CP, 6 CP minus 2400. So when you carry this 5 CP to right hand side, you get 11 CP. So 11 CP equal to 3760 plus 2400, we get 6160. So if 11 CP is 6160, 1 CP will be 5 times 6 times 0. So 560. So cost price of the article is 560 rupees. Hope you understood the concept, right? Now I have planned to upload some problems based on ratios and proportion in upcoming videos. So until that, stay connected with CareerD Training Solutions. If you have any doubt on this topic, please don't hesitate to pass it in comment section below, and click the nearby bell icon to get instant notification, share and subscribe this channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.